Well, hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be doing a gouache painting, which I started outside, but the weather tends to turn here in the spring rather quickly. It's Calgary and you can wait 10 minutes and have something completely different. So I started, and my main concern was just to get the block-in part of the picture done. I could see some dark clouds coming over in the far distance. You'll sort of see that if you look just between the reference shot and the Pleinair setup that I have. Just working really quickly. What I loved about this scene was how bright the grasses were and the contrasts around the bridge edge. So I want to make sure that I maintain those bright greens in there. I know that I'll be working on this in the studio later to finish it, and I just want to make sure that I don't go too dark because the reference pictures tend to be a lot darker in the shadows, so I'll have to be aware of that when I bring it into the studio later. I find sometimes when you get through to the block-in stage, it tends to go to an ugly stage of the painting, and you learn over time to just work through that and just have faith that as you get into the smaller shapes further down the road, that the painting will take on a life. Not always, but hopefully most of the time. But yeah, it can sit in this sort of ugly phase for a while, just until you get the page covered and all your block-ins done, and then of course you get the fun of going into the smaller details. But I try to use a large brush for most of this, as long as I can, just to stop myself from getting into too many details too early in the picture. But yeah, just the basic shape here going along, and just some of the tones that I want to make sure that I have when I work on it a little bit later. So hubby's starting to get a little nervous at this point. Those clouds have started coming over a little quicker, and from what he says, it's going to be hitting us, and it does. We had about a 20-minute ride from about this point on, and we were absolutely saturated by the time we got back. We'd had a beautiful day in the park though, and this park just runs right through the middle of Calgary. Just goes for miles and miles, so beautiful for biking. We did about 30 kilometers that day. It was super. So back in the studio now, just starting to work on some of the smaller details, and I've gone down into the smaller brushes now, so enjoy.